Welcome to your saltwater flush video. What you're going to need is non-iodized salt. So you're looking at either a Himalayan pink salt or some type of sea salt. Then you're going to need a jar that carries about, ideally, 12 ounces of water. So actually, if you want to go up one size in the mason jar, go to a 16-ounce one of these. You can do it in one this small. It's just going to be a little bit more intense, but you can do it in 8 ounces. So get a 16-ounce jar, and then you're going to want to fill up water to about 10 to 12 ounces. Then you need a larger jar. This is a 32-ounce one for another 20 ounces of water. So you'll have 20 ounces in here, 10 ounces in a bigger jar. I just didn't have a bigger one. And then you're going to want your sea salt. If you are a little bit worried about how this is going to affect you, because it's going to be a ton of salt in your system, it's going to flush straight through. If you've had GI tract problems, you might be a little bit concerned about that. I would do either 1 tablespoon of salt in your small jar, in your 10 ounces of water, or I would do 1.5. If you want to full send it, like I usually did, I did this my first time too, go for 2 tablespoons, but I wouldn't do any more than that. It's going to be the saltiest thing you've ever drank in your entire life. So, 2 tablespoons. Spilling some salt there. Throw some over the shoulder. 2 tablespoons in your small glass, or one or 2. Okay, we'll do 1.5 because I feel like that's what the average person maybe should do. 1.5. Okay. You're going to fill this up. 10 to 12 ounces of water in here. Again, get a bigger jar. You're going to fill this up with 20 ounces of water. And here comes the fun part. You're going to go back and forth, drinking from the salt water, drinking from the regular water, drinking from the salt water, drinking from the regular water. Both of these should be warm water. Both of them. Warm salt water, warm regular water. This is going to be so intense when you drink it that you're just going to want to flush it right down with this. The challenge here is you have to get this drunk down, along with this, within 5 minutes. That's the only way that it creates the effect of flushing out your intestinals. If you don't do that, it's going to naturally have the time to absorb into your body, and it'll be a bit of a waste. So, get these done within 5 minutes. You can drink water after that as much as you'd like, but you're not going to want to eat anything for a good 3 to 4 hours. And you're going to want to be around a toilet for a good 2 to 3 hours. You'll probably start having a bowel movement in the first 30 minutes. Aside from that, I would say break your fast or your flush lightly. Maybe start off with some fruits afterwards and maybe eat lighter at night. But understand that for the next few hours, anything that feels like it might be a bowel movement probably is a bowel movement. So stay near the bathroom. You can have some really gross stuff come out of you. Don't have friends over. Don't go out to a movie. Ideally, you do this first thing in the morning after your first bowel movement on an empty stomach. Okay, so first thing in the morning after your first bowel movement on an empty stomach is when you start this. And then don't have anything else to eat for a few hours. Okay, enjoy. I'll see you in the next video.